Kaloghlan with the Sultan's daughter. Kaloghlan has now become a rich and respected person. In this way, while living in happiness and prosperity, on the other hand, he develops bodily. He is tall and broad. Shoulders, bow eyebrows, flaxen hair, lightning eyes, boar nose. He becomes a very beautiful valiant eye. Wealth and what happiness does not make people? Those who see, old sluggish. They can't recognize Kaloghlan. How would they know? Kaloghlan. When he became rich, he left the town he was in. In a district of his great city, he passed without revealing his wealth. Settled. Clean-dressed, good stature and polite demeanor. And our old Kaloghlan is a respected member of all his surroundings. Became human. But, again, as before, he had no work. While Kaloghlan was wandering around the market one day, this young, beautiful, daughter of the Sultan, kind valiant. When he saw it, he suddenly felt that a fire had fallen into his heart and an arrow had pierced his heart. Didn't he hit the young man whose identity he didn't know? In your hand. By not being an awe. He couldn't help himself from filming. In love. Who doesn't sigh, who doesn't get burned? Here, young lady. In that way, the Sultan told our old Kaloghlan with the love of lightning. Smitten. He started to wonder what he should do so that he could meet with this beautiful valiant young man. Sultan lady thought, moved and finally changed her clothes. To go to the district where he hoped this valiant would be found. He made a decision and did so. It's a good coincidence. At that time in Kaloghlan, he was always fishing for fun. From the lake, beautiful in hand, big, colorful and so far. Doesn't it come from the street even though it's an unseen fish? It was. Kaloghlan did not recognize the girl who changed clothes, but the girl. In a great heartbeat, I wonder how I should. While I was thinking that I would attract the attention of the young man, from excitement, he suddenly stumbled by rubbing his feet next to the lad. When it falls, Kaloghlan suddenly rushed to the young girl. She saved me from falling. Saved, but the movement of both sides burned each other. What should Kaloghlan see when he pays attention? Isn't it the beautiful girl he sees and likes? And he was making the girl live in his dreams. And now he's got a heart for it. He noticed that the fever had gone down. After thanking Kaloghlan. Then, when he asked where he caught that beautiful fish in his hand. Kaloghlan. I kept it in the lake. I can give it to you. The girl who is looking forward to this opportunity is already friendship. Although he didn't want the fish from Kaloghlan because he wanted to set it up, he put it in his pocket and left. Now it is burning with the fire of this unknown and beautiful girl in Kaloghlan. Is catching on. A fire engulfed him. It went on like this for a while. Kaloghlan too. Your daughter. And his fever started to grow day by day. Now both hope to meet. Coincidence on the same road as? Matches. They did. Finally, with all the finesse of maiden purity, she couldn't help saying, I love you. Over time, this love turned into infatuation. She said she couldn't stand the fire. On the other hand, her daughter is melting day by day, turning yellow. The Sultan, who saw that he was withering, stopped eating and drinking. Also got a sadness. Trying to find a solution to his daughter's problem. Fallen. Finally, he found out that his daughter was in love. Whoever it was, he declared that he would give his daughter to him. When the girl realizes that her father has learned everything, she can gallop. She ran to Kaloghlan. Now that she is the daughter of the Sultan, she told her openly that she wanted him from her father. When Kaloghlan learned that his lover was the daughter of the Sultan, it is not possible to do this work due to the size of the difference. He was convinced. He started brooding. Now every day is a torment. Started. Kaloghlan's grandmother, with her sons melting day by day. He would be in distress. On the one hand, the girl said to the boy, "What's left over is the arrow I gave your grandmother to my father. Send me ask." He would resist. But it seems that he was afraid of the Sultan and did not dare to ask. In the end, he said no matter what and fulfilled the girl's request. He made a decision and told his grandmother what the girl had said. "Grandma, my son, how can I ask for it?" He insisted, but his son begged. Unable to bear his pleas, he decided to go. The Sultan had 2 seats in the reception hall of the palace. One of these seats is gold and the other is silver. If one of the people who came to the palace, if he sits down, that means I've come to ask for your daughter. Means. If the visitor sits on the silver armchair only, it means I came to see you. Girl, you palace before. He said this custom to Kaloghlan softly. This is in Kaloghlan. He advised her to sit on the golden armchair by explaining the procedure to her grandmother. Has done. Has done. At that time, the way to ask a girl from the palace, the procedure. It would be this way. Despite her promise to her son, the old woman still. He can't find the courage to ask for his daughter from the Sultan. "I'll go today, I'll go tomorrow," she said. But, on the one hand, that his son is turning to needle and thread day by day. He couldn't help but be sad to see it. Kaloghlan every day. To your grandmother. "Don't hurt me, Grandma, go get this girl from her father," she said. He begged. Her grandmother looked that it won't happen. Whatever happens. He said to go. Got it. They welcomed the old grandmother to the palace. "Tell me your troubles." They waited for her head. 9 sat on the golden armchair right in front of the Sultan. When the matter is understood, Granny opened up and said, "I came to want your daughter for my son by the order of God." The Sultan knows and loves his daughter's hopeless state. When he learns that the woman is his son, if God wrote it, it will happen. He said and stipulated. "You bring 40 camels of gold and take the girl away." The grandmother agreed to give gold, but 40 camel loads. He can't even think about where to find the gold and where to get it. Couldn't find it. When Kaloghlan told his son the answer he received, he could not find 40 camels load of gold, even though he was rich. Got a thought for him too. A long time has passed since then. The girl became aware of the situation and said to the boy, "It's easy, don't worry, I love you." "This. I will take care of it," he said. The boy is happy. One night. Bringing 40 camel loads of gold to the boy's house in the dark. From there, they deliver the gold to the Sultan's palace. Sultan. When he gets the gold, he gives the girl to the boy. Kaloghlan with the wedding association. Both the girl and the girl achieve their wishes.